Hi, I'm Rhiana and I have stage 2B breast cancer. Right now they're calling it invasive ductal carcinoma and metastatic carcinoma of the lymph nodes. I don't have a whole lot of information yet. I just had a PET scan that has not come back yet. Please excuse my messy room. This is actually all of my paint supplies because I do paint and sips. So I decided to just go for it and tell you a little bit about what's going on with me. I'm hoping that these videos are educational for other people that find out that they have cancer, because I was absolutely terrified. I'm still absolutely terrified, and I'm getting all my information on the internet. So finding out what happens to individual people as it's happening is actually helpful to me to know what's going on. So I'm going to share a little bit about that on this channel. If you would like to hear more about it, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It really helps me out. I am trying to monetize this channel. Healthcare in America, if you're not in America, costs thousands of dollars and is financial ruin to most people who get something like cancer. So I'm hoping to monetize this channel and help to pay for a little bit of that. But I also want to educate you on what it's like to have cancer in America, what the treatment's like, what it feels like. I am not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. I'm just going to tell you my personal experience. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that I was just diagnosed. On April 14th, I was diagnosed after a mammogram, an ultrasound, and a biopsy with cancer in my left breast. The timeline. Today we're going to talk about the timeline. I'm also going to do some videos on the financial part of it, videos on treatment. Today is the timeline. So in America, I don't know if it's the same anywhere else. I would love to hear your experience if you have cancer in another country. In America, it takes very long to get healthcare. It's very expensive. I do have Kaiser, and this is my timeline so far. So March 6th, the beginning of March, I found a lump. I was immediately terrified. I immediately made an appointment with my regular doctor, because that's the first thing you have to do. The very first appointment they would give me with my regular doctor was March 16th. So I had to wait 10 days to get an appointment with my regular doctor just to see if it was anything that needed help. So she had a 15-minute appointment with me, told me, yes, we need an ultrasound and a diagnostic mammogram, and she put in a referral for that. And the very first one they would give me was April 1st. So after that, I had to wait another 2 weeks, right? So now we're going into a month almost of having to have found a lump and know that you may have cancer. So on April 1st, I had a diagnostic mammogram, which just means it's not a regular mammogram. They actually tell the doctor or the radiologist, the doctor tells the radiologist what to look for. So I had that done, and then they also do ultrasound at the same time. At that time, they found that I actually had 2 lumps in my left breast. I had enlarged lymph nodes in my left armpit, which they're concerned about, and a lump in my right breast. So here we go. So now it's a little more terrifying. So again, the mammogram was April 1st. Now I have to wait for a biopsy. So the very first date was actually only a week out. They gave me my first biopsy on April 9th. They told me that they could not give me results for a week till after that. Also, there were so many different areas on my left side that they had to biopsy that they said it would be too much lidocaine to give me in one day to do the right side. So they made an appointment on April 14th to do the right side. So I had to wait a little bit longer for everything. So excuse me if you can hear my dogs tippy-topping in the background. There's lots of dogs in the background. So April 14th, I got the right side done, and also they told me they could tell me the results of my left side. However, when I went into, I will explain the whole biopsy in another video, but first they do the biopsy, and then they send you in for a mammogram after the biopsy, and just to make sure the markers and everything they put in have gone into the right place. So the doctor came in after the mammogram, after she told me she was going to tell me my results, and told me, oh, I don't have the results yet. Why don't you drive home? And it's a half-hour drive home. Call my nurse and tell me that you have gotten home safely, and then she will hand the phone to me and I will give the results. So at this point, I absolutely know I have cancer. I can see right through her. She doesn't want to tell me and then have me make a long drive home, because I live up in the mountains and she knows that. Because she also thought that I was driving home alone. I wasn't. I had my husband with me, but she had gotten the impression I was driving home alone. So she refused to tell me the results there and then. So I raced home. I actually stopped a few blocks from home because the office was going to close and I didn't want to miss those results. So we pulled over on the side of the road and I called the nurse and I told her I'm here. And she said, "Are you home?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Okay, here's the doctor." And the doctor told me about the breast cancer. So they did tell me the left side was cancerous. They told me that we will refer you to a surgeon. Somebody's going to call you. And at that point, I had to wait for the surgeon consult. So that was April 14th. Somebody did call me within 2 days and make an appointment, but they told me that all of my results had to go to this cancer board, like a conference they have two times a month where they review your records and everything. So she told me that my records would be reviewed by an oncologist, a radiologist, a surgeon, a nurse practitioner, like everybody who's on your care team will review results and come up with a plan for you. So she said the very first appointment I have with the surgeon was April 30th. So I will also do another video on how that surgeon appointment went. But this video in general is getting a little long. I just wanted to explain to you the timeline. So timeline as is, it is May 13th. I still have not started treatment yet. I have not gotten an oncologist yet. I did have a PET scan yesterday. So after April 30th, he ordered a PET scan, which is where they scan your whole body to see if the cancer has spread any farther. That was yesterday on May 12th. So as of now, it's about 2 weeks to 1 week before every tiny little step. So I learned that this is very standard with cancer, at least in America. I don't know where it is, what it's like in the rest of the country. If you want to share your story or your experience with the timeline, please put the comments down below. Again, if you could like, share, comment on this video. Most importantly, if you could subscribe to this channel so that I have some more subscribers. It would be really helpful in my journey. I do plan on sharing everything as we go, nothing too gross or anything. I just want everybody to know what it's like. So if you get cancer like this, then you can follow along and see what your treatment is going to be like. I know treatment's a little bit different for everybody, but at least my experience. I'm also going to share the financials, how much it costs to have cancer in America, and anything else that comes up along the way. So please comment down below, give me a little hi, and I will talk to you in the next video. The next video is going to be a detailed experience, no pictures or anything, but a detailed experience of what it's like to have a biopsy for breast cancer in America at a Kaiser location. So I will talk to you soon. Bye.